Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
In this sacred manual of power manifestation, which serves as a scriptural authority containing the Shastra Pramanas, eternal unchangeable truths, Apta Pramanas, Atma Pramanas, Sakshi Pramanas, and Prataksha Pramanas, we present to you the various powers of Paramashiva. By this, we place before humanity the supreme authenticity of the power manifestation science established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashiva has systematically revealed these powers in their purest forms as various techniques and revelations to experience pure oneness with Paramashiva. As a direct experience of oneness with Paramashiva, his Shaktis powerfully manifest in an initiated being at different levels of human consciousness, physicality, physiology, psychology, and neurology permanently. We offer these power manifestation manuals to celebrate your experience of oneness with the Supreme Paramashiva. Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam, Jnana Paddhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has is 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has his 5 phase, Ishana Murti has his 5 phase. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamala Pita Sarvanya Pita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Surya Vamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashiva, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashiva, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Let's go to the powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita Decoded for the power of teleportation. Bhagavan beautifully says, enlightenment never happens as continuity of something. It happens in a flash as a new birth. In Sanskrit, we call it Vishuddha. The first chapter of the Gita in Arjuna, Vishuddha Yoga. Arjuna's dilemma was so great, yet he was willing to trust Krishna, let go in such a powerless situation. No mental decision taken is correct. When the master guides you, you must be ready to go and follow what he says completely implicitly. Arjuna had a courage to believe totally in Krishna and let go, which was why he had the Vishwarupa Darshan, the cosmic vision of Krishna. We must have the energy to let go, to allow the dark night to happen to us. Only if we have trust in the Master can we ultimate gain happen to us. We need to trust in order to experience the unknown space at the moment. We have only the Master to hold on to. We must accept the new experience happening to us and deeply trust that the energy is transcend our old personality into the entering us. Krishna emphasized the feeling of connectedness. Feeling deeply connected to the Master is the basic need to understand this truth. That is why the Is gave so much importance to the Guru, the Master. Bhagavan beautifully says Krishna emphasized the feeling connectedness. Feeling deeply connected to the Master is the basic need of understanding this truth. That is why the East gave so much importance to Guru, the Master. We need to trust in order to experience the unknown space. At the moment, we have only the Master to hold on to. We must accept the new experience happening to us and deeply trust that the energy to transcend our old personality in entering us. Bhagavan beautifully says how a master is so important in our life to manifest the whole space of Paramashiva, state of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva, and the Kailasha of Paramashiva, the ultimate of Paramashiva himself, as manifesting Parashakti, all the powers of Paramashiva. Now, with this, let's go to the Shastra Pramana.
3 of Vibhuti Spanda, Sutra 3.4 and 3.5. Yatha hi arto sputo drishta savadhane pichetasi bhuyah sputataro bhati swabaloddhyoga bhavitaha तथा यत्परमार्थेन येन यत्र यथा स्थितं तत्तथा बलमाक्रम्य न चिरात् सम्प्रवर्तते.
Spandakarika, Section 3, Vibhuti Spanda, Sutra 3.4, 3.5. Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully says, indeed, just as an object or static matter, which is in spite of all the attentiveness of the mind, is perceived and seen indistinctly as first, then appears and manifests more distinctly and clearly when observed with the strength of one visual powers. So when the yogi restores to the power of spanda, the dynamic activity, in the highest essential nature of oneness with Paramashiva, then whatever thing or object or idea which is static matter exists in its highest dimension in whichever form, wherever, in whichever place or time, in whichever state or dimension, that thing or object at once appear and manifest in that very way by the nature of strategic existence. Bhagavan beautifully says how the beautiful space, when you start seeking for the ultimate to happen, immediately the guru happens. From somewhere, the guru really happens and manifests as reality. Bhagavan beautifully says how the guru really puts all the love in the disciple, and the love of the master becomes the love towards the master. The guru, like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, used to run to the corner of the street to see where Vivekananda is coming. Adi Shankara will look for Padmapada, where he is and how he is. All these greatest of avatars looked for the disciples where they are coming, for who's ready to empty themselves, ready to surrender themselves, ready to live the highest truth, that they are Paramashiva, ready to give up anything for that. That only reason is where the beautiful space starts flowering between the master and the disciple. Ready to give up your inner thoughts again and again and continuously is the only surrender which is a surrender. Giving up your wealth, health, or your time or treasure or your family is not giving up anything at all for the Guru. He does not gain a penny for anything you give, how much ever you shower on him with wealth, or do his work, or try to help in all kinds of things, does not help him. The only thing that will help him, if you are ready to give up your inner image that you're holding, just to surrender at his feet and be as Paramashiva, all powerful, just to manifest whatever he wants. Bhagavan always says that how Arunagiri Yogeshwar said, I know when he had a doubt, he went and asked Arunagiri Yogeshwara. He said so beautifully that if I want to move my hand and I move your hand, it's a one and the same. That's all. Bhagavan understood the beautiful space that Bhagavan is in with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. The same way, your Guru should be able to do any action, anything, possibility that you can experience, and through you he can manifest that. A Guru will not give you anything, even one bit, that you cannot do, that you should not do. He knows exactly how much and what you should experience from that. not out of to prove anything that your guru has, but for you to experience and get fulfilled from that. That is why his uncompromisable compassion and how he exists just for each and every one, just to fulfill our dreams, fulfill all the things that we are here to fulfill in us. He exists just for that and manifests. That is why it is given as the charioteer of Arjuna, to just, even though he is the charioteer, he is going to be the one manifesting Arjuna's reality. He says, just pose and just hit, everything else will be manifested by me. Don't bother what is happening. Just so, even in a war situation, such a fear and such a tremendous space of intense space, Krishna says, just be relaxed, I will just manifest through you. If we relax and just allow him to manifest our reality and decide he is the only source, whether we are making coffee or we are living the highest reality. Those days, Bhagavan says, when you have to earn something, they just say, go and sit under the banyan tree. Will it help? Yes. Where the food will come, where the health doctor will come, or what will happen, nobody knows. But they know one thing for sure, that one space of Paramashiva will protect them and simply manifest as reality. When they are in that space, simply they start manifesting all the reality. Lavakusha, when they were so young, they were asked to leave the house and go into a forest where they fought demons, and they just went past everything because their oneness space. Sita was not scared of it, and whether they will return back home or what happened to them, they know Rama Nama will protect them. And simply she knows that the inner space is so pure, they trust Rama, and simply they will be able to manifest any reality. That was the space of how we existed on human body, in human body on planet Earth. Bhagavan beautifully teaches us the science of how we can live on planet Earth. Surrendering to the Master simply will make us manifest all our reality. Now, with this powerful cognition, let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana is from Periya Puranam. History of Arivathayar Nayanar. One day, as a routine, Arivathayar carried a basket of rice, spinach, and mango buds. His wife of the chaste heart and service followed him with the 5 holy materials that cow gives. They gave the Lord who has no hunger and the best food, but they starved due to the fatigue. She fell down while walking, spilling the materials on the ground, and so he felt very bad, not for his state, but about inability to do the duty, as he has spilt the food of the Lord Shiva. He took his dagger and started cutting his neck. The sound of the graceful god appeared from the crack of the earth, holding the hands of the devotee and the mango bud on the other hand, and shouting, please leave, leave. When the hand was of the Almighty and that blessed all the creatures in the universe touched his neck, that would form the dagger cut was cured, and so was his karma. As the attempt to cut his neck due to the feeling that he couldn't do the service, he undertook the of Shiva, he got the name Arivathaya, Umapati. The beautiful space, he says, how the space of a devotee surrendering to the ultimate space of Paramashiva manifested the ultimate reality, was ready to give up anything, including himself, for the sake of feeding the deity. The beautiful Leelas of Bhagavan, the Atma Pramana. The Atma Pramana, Bhagavan himself narrates.
in the fourth step of N Kriya, you enter into the main activity, the main process. See, Kriya means action of awakening enlightenment in you. Action which leads you to beyond action is Kriya. Action which is leading you beyond actions, not laziness. Not laziness. Action which leads you beyond actions is N-Kriya. Usually, in all human beings, because you are trained so strongly towards the outer world, you constantly look towards the outer world, you are constantly diverted towards the outer world. It is unfortunate. All your energy gets drained. Please understand, by nature you are not outwardly. The energy in you by nature is circular. But society makes it as linear, means going out, that's all. Never comes back. Some of the scriptures say all five senses are extravert. With all my humbleness, I differ. I wanted all of you to know. I am telling you from my very personal experience. Your senses are not outwardly. It is not created only to function towards outer world. No. Society teaches you only that dimension. It never teaches you the dimension of looking in, turning in. 80% of your energy goes out just through the eyes. I can tell you, if you just close your eyes whenever you don't need to see, that is enough. Your Kundalini energy will be awakened. For example, if you are going in a vehicle somewhere, your driver is driving, you don't need to keep your eyes open. Of course, if you are driving, you need to keep open. That is different. If your driver is driving, why should you keep your eyes open continuously and watching the same scenes? No need. Close your eyes. Whenever not required, shut your eyes. Whenever not required, shut your mouth. Yogasya pradamam dvaram vangnirodha. The first step for yoga is cessation of words. Infuse silence. Unfortunately, we never understand constantly our bio-memory, muscle memory getting exhausted by misusal and abusal and extra usal of senses. Understand? Misusal, abusal and extra usal of senses. When you don't need, keep your eyes closed. Keep your mouth shut. That itself will save your energy. Actually, I wanted to give this one message to all our disciples. The fourth part of the N Kriya, is based on the philosophy, don't waste your energy. I want all of you to know, please understand. Use all your energy either to create inner wealth or outer wealth. Don't waste. I am not against outer wealth. I am against you wasting your energy. Most of us just waste. What are you doing? Nothing in the inner world, nothing in the outer world. Chumma, just going around. Disrespecting life, wasting life. Don't do it. Let all your actions be either creating outer world wealth or inner world wealth. Let it be conscious. The energy will simply increase your system. All your actions and reactions be concentrated effort either to create outer world wealth or inner world wealth. Let there not be any waste of energy. Let there not be abusal of life. I have seen hundreds of sadhus, or I can say in the name of sadhus, lazy fellows roaming around all over the Himalayas. See, if you do spiritual practice, then you are a sadhu. You are not a lazy fellow. But hundreds of lazy fellows, they don't want to do anything in the outer world. They don't want to do anything in the inner world. Just roam around in the name of sadhus. Useless. I wanted all our disciples to know, whether you are a devotee, disciple, samaji, satsangi, ashramite, this is the basic understanding you need to know. All your time and energy, intelligence, life should be constantly working, functioning, either to accumulate the inner world wealth or outer world wealth. When I say inner world wealth, I mean all the auspicious things from the inner world. The Kalyana Gunas, compassion, love, bliss, joy, health, physical health, mental health, beautiful relationships. And outer world wealth means created wealth, not grabbed, swindled. Wealth of the rowdies, media mafia. No. Not swindled. Created wealth. So constantly create and experience inner world fulfillment. I tell you, if you are engaged in these two with awareness, you are a karma yogi.
Shakshi Pramanas are the millions of disciple devotees all over the world who are sharing their experience. Now here Cherry Naya says, Nithyananda everyone, super excited to share materialization gift sent by Swamiji, 6 grains of turmeric and rice and chandan. Today morning I found 3 of them in Atmalinga stand and plate and other near Swamiji's Paduka, Murti and Meenakshi photo. So beautiful. Now let's go to the instruction of manifesting the power of teleportation. Energized rays grain across the room and into the another earthen container.
Prataksha Pramana. Scientific studies, what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. The science of teleportation. Science defines teleportation as a process by which an object is dematerialized and essential information about its atomic structure is sent to another point in space, where the object is instantaneously rematerialized or reassembled into its component atoms. Explained using quantum mechanics, teleportation is a mechanism by which information of the exact state of an atom can be transmitted from one location to another. In this process, information is transported from one location to another using an entangled quantum state. Known as quantum teleportation, this process involves a phenomena called entanglement, which is possible only on a microscale. As mentioned earlier, in classical terms, information is called a bit, and in quantum mechanics, it is called qubit. Whereas quantum entanglement allows teleportation to happen instantaneously, recreation of masses larger than an atom would also need a classical information link between the two locations. This link cannot process information faster than the speed of light, and thus there will be a time delay from point A to point B for teleportation to occur. Source is taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 10, Science of Miracles, page 202. There is a physical evidence of teleportation of structures ranging from sacred ash to larger objects across continent. Example, from Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Bengaluru Adinam to several international locations outside of India. In physics laboratories, the largest distance of experimental teleportation is 143 kilometers. Larger masses made up of multiple atoms would require more time for reassembly, as they still need to use the classical channel in spite of information having preceded it instantaneously through quantum entanglement. Quantum teleportation is actually a process of replication similar to cloning or biological faxing, where the same information is used to create a duplicate exactly like the original object. The object itself is not teleported, but only information about it is captured and used. The main difference between teleportation, as science knows it, and more conventional forms of sending information from one place to another is that this is a process of instantaneous teleportation. In 1998, for the first time, a team of researchers at California Institute of Technology successfully teleported a photon across a distance of approximately 1 meter. However, in the process, the original object was destroyed. Since then, a number of teleportation experiments have been performed. In 2006, physicists at the Niels Bohr Institute, Denmark, led by Eugene Polzik, teleported photons across half a meter and used them to illuminate a cloud of atoms. This was considered a milestone because it involved teleportation between light and matter. In 2013, the research group succeeded in teleporting information between two clouds of gas atoms and to carry out the teleportation. Not just one or few times, but successfully every single time. The results were published in scientific journal, Nature Physics. In stark contrast to these efforts, the teleportation of whole objects and even people is a well-defined practice in the mystical tradition. Unlike in the scientific context, it is not just the vital information about the object, but the object itself which is teleported. Power teleportation. Teleporting energized rice grain from one area across different rooms to an appointed earthen container. Setting up. For this process, you will need number 1, camera with timestamp. Number 2, Yananjana, this is optional. Number 3, earthen container. And number 4, a cup of uncooked rice grains. Take a few moments to set up your camera. Number 1, download the timestamp app. Number 2, click on video. Number 3, ensure that time is shown on screen. And number 4, make sure the camera is facing you. Please take a few minutes to set it up. Now the guidelines. Before we start the power manifestation process, let us get ourselves ready with the guidelines. For the setup, number 1, you will need 2 clean and dry earthen containers plus uncooked rice. Number 2, turn on the video recording device with the timestamp, ensuring it has a wide angle horizontal view. Number 3, video verify by bringing one earthen container at a time close to the camera and show that it is clean, dry, and empty. Then place rice into one of the earthen containers and walk it to one side of the room and place it on the table or the floor. Then walk back and pick up the second container and camera verify that it has also been clean and dry and empty. Place this container on the other side of the room. So both containers should now be on the opposite sides of the room in full camera view. Number 4, find a place to sit between the earthen containers in full view of the camera. To start, number 5, bring your awareness between your brow center and gently focus on the rice grains while connecting to Paramashiva and asking for the teleportation to manifest. Number 6, sit for 21 minutes unclutching from all the thoughts that arise during the chanting of the Mahavakya. Enjoy the experience. Number 7, after the Mahavakya subsides, verify that the rice inside the one pot has teleported to the other pot on the other side of the room. Capture this on video. Now the manifestation range of outcomes. Number 1, temperature change in the body or in the earthen container. Number 2, vibration in body or in earthen container. Number 3, any teleportation of energized rice grains, any quantity, to the earthen container on its own. And number 8, turn off your camera. Number 9, celebrate your manifestation of teleporting energized rice grains to an earthen container without external aid.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva, sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hence, sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada. makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you. neutral space which exists in you, you will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. You need to understand one more thing. This technique of be unclutched, it does miracles in your being, in the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space. The way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya, pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers? They start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like, for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving. For all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password. And it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye. Again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye. simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion, to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency, and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda
Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest
the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Verification process. Please verify the following: that the time and date stamp appear in your video, and that the videos have a wide-angle horizontal view, and that both containers are in full camera view at all times. Camera to capture both empty clean containers to start, as well as the rice being placed in one of the containers. Both containers then sitting on opposite side of the room on a table or floor. Step number 3, verify that you have not edited your video in any way and that the camera has not moved. Number 4, verify that your video recording is continuous without stopping and restarting during the manifestation process. And step number 5, verify that the teleportation of the energized rice from one container to the other container has manifested on its own, physically before you with zero intervention. Now that the verification process is complete, the next instructions will guide you where to upload and share your video. Thank you so much for your participation.
Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotiyar Manifesting Power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the Power Manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of Power Manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham